Where you at? Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Get him. Good boy. Good boy. One cool feature that I like about what my job offers is this is the PeopleNet system. This red button right here is called the emergency panic button. If I press it, it automatically sends an alert to my job, letting them know that there is an emergency taking place. Once it alerts them, they will automatically try to reach out to me, and after I believe 4 or 5 attempts of trying to reach out to me, if they do not get a response, then they will automatically track the location of my vehicle, as well as send out the fire department, the police department, and an ambulance for whatever emergency situation that may be taking place at the time. So I really like this button, and for some reason I don't feel completely safe, but this feature definitely makes me feel a little bit better while I'm out here on the road. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Sunshine, and today I am currently sitting here in Texas. It is 82 degrees outside, and I decided to give you guys or inform you guys on some of the things that I do to make sure that I am safe out here and try to protect myself as a female driver. So I just want to jump straight to it because I'm racing the sun. I'm using natural light, so I'm racing the sun going down. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about is, this is very common. Everyone says it all the time, but it is very important that you do this, and that is, I like to make sure that I am always alert and aware of what is going on around me. Be aware of your surroundings. I like to wear very bright colors. Not only do I like to be aware of what's going on around me, I also like to make sure that I am seen. So I like to wear bright colors like this safety vest and very bright colored clothing so that other people can see me and notice me. Another thing is, as I'm approaching my vehicle or approaching my truck, every day before I get into my truck, like if I went into the truck stop and I came back, I make sure that before I get into my truck, I do a safety check, and that is, I look through my big front window just to check and make sure that no one's in my vehicle. Another thing I do is, when I first open my door, my driver door, instead of me just jumping into my truck, he's over there sleeping right now, but I have a Chihuahua mixed with a Jack Russell Terrier. His name is Turbo, and one thing about Turbo is, if anybody is near my truck, if he hears footsteps, if he hears talking, if he sees, like, I have a driver parked on this side of me and a driver parked on that side of me, if he hears someone entering their truck, and if they're next to my truck, he's gonna automatically start barking, letting me know that somebody is near me. And the great thing about him is he's very short, so if he sees footsteps coming, he will instantly start barking. Sometimes it gets on my nerves, but then as a female out here, you know, I like to know when someone is approaching me. So he's definitely one of the biggest safety tools that I use. I actually, when I'm pre-tripping, sometimes I hook him up outside of the truck, so as I'm going around the vehicle, it doesn't matter if it's nighttime, daytime, whatever time of day, if he hears something, he's automatically like a cheap car alarm. So I love the fact that, you know, I can use him to, you know, help me, feel more safer as a female driver. Let me tell you this, I love weapons, so everything that I see, things in your truck may look like regular, these things may look like regular items that you use on a everyday basis, but you can also use them for your protection in the event of a life-threatening emergency. In the morning when I'm pre-tripping my truck, I have on my safety vest to make sure that I am seen. But another thing I do is I keep pepper spray hooked to my safety vest so that if somebody tries to, approach me, I automatically have, some pepper spray for whatever reason. This is a flashlight bed. One, you can press the button at the bottom. You've probably seen it before. You can press the button, the light comes on so I can see what's coming, and I can also use this as a weapon if I ever need to. I keep this flashlight bed on my driver's side door so that I can quickly get to this in the morning before my pre-trip. A hammer. I'm sorry. I have a hammer. This hammer has rubber at the bottom of it so that you can get a good grip on it. I use this to push in my tandems if I'm having a hard time, if I'm dealing with an old trailer. But you can also use this hammer. It's steel. You can use it as a weapon. I also keep this on my driver's side door. This right here is a utility knife. I carry this on the inside of my safety vest, or sometimes it has a little clip on it, so I clip it onto my pants or in my pocket. I keep it on me at all times. In this simple use, you can flip it over and it's just a simple utility knife, and women are very good with knives, so definitely I got this from the truck stop. It's Road Pro. This right here, I use this on an everyday basis. This is like a set of, it's a set of pliers. I used this recently to install my CB radio, and if you look on the sides, it has like knives and screwdrivers and sharp items inside of it, which can also be used as a weapon in the event of an emergency. This right here is a thermometer. It's a temperature thermometer. I keep this in my pen holder, just so I can see, because I just like buying things that looks like weapons. So this is a thermometer, a temperature thermometer, and if you open it up, what does it look like? Well, it's pretty much an ice pick. And I know you guys seen a lot of prison movies, and this is one of their favorite tools to use. So this can definitely be used as a weapon. This little bitty thing right here, you can stab somebody in their eyes with this, or not trying to be super violent, but you can use this as a weapon. Keep one of these on you. Now, I recommend that you get you some pepper spray. If you don't use any of these items, I recommend you get you some pepper spray. But in the event that you do not have pepper spray, now this is not if you're in a truck, but if you can, this is something that you keep with you every single day. It's actually a legal requirement that we have these inside of the truck. Can be used to bash someone across the head with. It can also be used, you need to become familiar with how to use a fire extinguisher, one, to put out fire, but you can also use this as a form of pepper spray to temporarily, I guess, blur someone's vision and to get away from them. A fifth wheel pulley. The one thing I like about this fifth wheel pulley is it's very long, so it gives you reach, so that if somebody is approaching you, you can swing this to get them away from you and keep a distance between you and the person that is trying to attack you. And try to find ways to keep their doors locked beyond hitting the lock switch. Or like some of the ways that they do, they take their seat belts and try to wrap them around the loops inside of the door to lock up at night. One thing I do, not only do I carry my pepper spray on me all the time, I also carry my keys so that anytime that I am entering or exiting my vehicle, I make sure that I lock my vehicle. Do not be thinking you're in the suburbs or you're safe. Lock your doors every single time you get in or get out of your vehicle. I do not like the seat belt because it has too much slack in it. I have 2 safety clips. These clips, I use them to lock up, hook my dog up, but I also use them. I'm going to show you something. I got 2 safety clips and a racket strap. On the end of this racket strap, which is also by Road Pro, you have 2 hooks. Now, I am driving the International, so on the International, the doors have little bars on them so that you can grab onto when you're entering or exiting the vehicle. Now, these hooks can actually fit around those bars, but me being paranoid, I like to take it one step forward, and I purchased these hooks. So what I do is I take the hook and I hook it through the loop just like that, and then I take the other hook and I hook it through the loop, let it fall, and I take this hook and hook it around that bar, and this hook and hook it around the other bar, and then I take the racket strap and I tighten the strap as tight as I can get it, and then I lock it closed, and my doors, the slack does not, loosen up after a while, but my doors stay secure, and you cannot the only way you can get these doors open is if you bust the windows. Then my dog is going to bark at you, and once he starts barking, I'm going to get up and I'll have enough time to grab any one of these weapons that I just showed you in this video. Safe out there, and remember, safety first. Somebody stop calling me! Jeez! Now he wants to bark. See, there's somebody near my truck, so he's barking right now. Use whatever you have to protect yourself and defend yourself and get away from that attacker as fast as possible. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys have any tips or suggestions or ideas that you can share with me on how to stay safe out here, then definitely comment below. Deuces, have a great day.